Joe, for once, I'm actually glad we're playing this.
Why? Is it because you get to throw a Metal Gear around, or is it because we have a schedule we need to fill?
The latter, to be honest, but it's not me that's going to play today, sadly, since it's Barack's turn to play the level this time.
I'm really excited to see what happens in this next chapter. Without further ado, let's do this.
Raiden, you landed safely.
So we just jump straight to the game? No cutscenes, no nothing?
I guess so. Not that I'm complaining, all the more gameplay for me.
On second thought, don't answer that question, Barack. I felt I was going to get inappropriately touched with that tone of voice.
Oh, here we go again. You always have to say something about my tone of voice, you fat orange f***.
It's not my fault you sounded like a castrated pedo. Grow some nuts, you drowsy fucking old artifact.
Okay, you two. I can't concentrate when you're both arguing like an elderly divorced couple.
Did you just snicker at me? That'll be the last laugh you ever have in your life.
For once, can we not argue like children? God, Donald's always got to start something.
I suggest we move on to something else before someone else is going to have to take over the lead here, and I end up leaving up again. This time for a week.
He's right. We're not getting any younger. Screaming at one another takes off a shrivel of our limited time.
You're just skipping the cutscenes now, Obama? We could have had some important lore dump or character development for Raiden.
At this point, I want to just get invested in the bosses and gameplay more than the story itself, if I'm being honest. I did some research on this video, and it turns out Hideo Kojima doesn't claim this as a video game, more so as an interactive tech demo / movie than anything else, and wants nothing to do with it.
So now you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. What kind of creator of one of the most successful video game franchises doesn't want nothing to do a game that's a recent comeback over the years based on memes?
It's his choice to not associate with something he doesn't like.
I guess that makes some sense.
I think getting stabbed in the chest would be a good reason to not wanting to do anything with your game.
Either that or having your spine ripped out of your body and having it absorbed into your enemy's body for fuel.
Something ain't right.
Are you going to bless us with your genuine intuition, or are you just spouting off stuff to make conversation?
If you want to talk about something with my genuine intuition, as you call it, how about what the dating scene has become now?
This can't end well. Our comments are probably going to be filled with red pillars and alpha dudes trying to shove an idea down people's throats.
You don't have any faith in my opinion, Barack. You and Joe picked up your wives during the 1920s. It's not the age of Great Gatsby anymore.
Well, it's a good thing those times changed. Kids nowadays are so involved with social media and their phones that it has their ego inflated to where they think they're a demigod or something.
American women think they're hot stuff when in fact they're just cheap plastic with makeup on from a blow-up doll to look pretty.
Isn't Melania in America too?
Yep, she is. Wait, what the hell are you trying to insinuate, Joe?
Women have the choice to date who they want whenever they want. Just like men have the choice. You both should know that by now.
Barry's right. The dating pool is like a death battle more than anything in this day and age.
I've seen multiple death battles. They're an extremely biased channel. I'm happy Rooster Teeth is getting shut down, much like Barack's gonna get shut down by this cow-looking robot.
Wrong death battle, but they're sometimes biased when it comes to battles.
Ben 10 and Green Lantern are screaming at us. Hey, I'm way more capable of playing this than you. And watch, I'll get an S rank at the end of this fight. Just you wait.
I was thinking more about Frieza versus Megatron, but that's another good example.
Ichigo versus Naruto, Deadpool versus The Mask. Need I go on? Although sometimes they have some pretty good fights. Dracula versus Ganondorf is a good example.
Oddly enough, they feel like a live-action video game movie sometimes.
Video game movies were a thing. If I remember correctly, most of them were not good. I'm looking at you, Wibble. Thank God he never touched the Resident Evil movies.
Much less like actual video games being in a good state, more or less a microtransaction-filled mess with bugs and bad gameplay. At least video games movies can have a coherent plot. Games nowadays are more interactive films. I remember an era where video games affected your soul, not your wallet. And looks like you didn't get an S rank like you said you would, Barack. Such a simpleton. Vince Vaughn, much everyone? Some washed-up actor. Anyway, video games really need to have their things checked before it's released. I ended up buying Dragon's Dogma 2, and that's something I've been having fun with.
Hey, Don?
What is it?
Would you ever consider us three getting into streaming?
We have a cutscene playing.
Greetings, cyborg. Show yourself.
Talk about taking it on the chin.
I think Raiden should block.
He's going to. Shut up and let the cutscene play.
And you are? I am IF prototype LQ84I. IF prototype. Interface prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate!
Anyway, minus Raiden almost being decapitated a few seconds ago, why would you even ask me that question?
It's just an idea. No need to get so hostile. What do you think of it, Barack?
As much as I would like that, it'll have to be a no for me. It sours the idea of us being connected with our audience on such a personal level. Besides, us being a small channel gives us time to collect ourselves.
And not to mention, we'd be the most viewed channel on Twitch. People would flock to our stream just to watch us talk and play games. They'd lose their minds like an average liberal on the day I got elected as president. Keep crying loses.
Certain people still have their gripes about us. It'd be more of a mass reporting than what Twitch would know what to do in the long run. And we'd be banned, more or less like LTG's multiple Twitch channels.
Now that I think about it and hearing those from you two, it'd be a good idea to not do that. Agree to disagree?
Agreed. But it looks like Barack's been struggling so far. You sure you don't want me to take over? Maybe even let me play? Don't be stingy about it.
Don't even think about it, fat man. We agreed it'll be you, me then Joe to take turns playing. If you tried playing now, you might make the controller get stick drift from playing so aggressive.
Come on, Barry, you really don't trust me that much? I've been turning into a saint a lot more.
No, I don't. Have you seen your performance over the last 2 to 3 months? God, you're like a gremlin who can't keep his schlong in his pants.
You really think these insults are something that's going to affect me, colored man? I don't think you'd be able to do something about it.
Oh, no.
Was it something I said? Oh, please, it's not that offensive, is it?
If you'll excuse me, Joe, I'm going to make a quick phone call. Would you mind taking over for me while I go and do this?
Sure. I wouldn't mind doing that. Do whatever you need to get done, Barry.
I'll keep saying it again, ladies and gentlemen, the intolerable left cries and makes sure to add death threats as the sugar on top.
Don, I don't think you really understand what you just said. You do realize Barack's father was a part of the Black Panther organization, correct?
Yeah? So? He's calling Daddy to come and beat me up? I might as well let my father rise from the grave and duke it out Frankenstein style. What's he gonna do? Drone strike me? Nuke our house? Come on. That'd be stupid, not to mention it would cost money and cause an internal incident between us.
Donald, I think you should just shut up and let me play. In the meantime, you can think about what you said and apologize. Barack may forgive you for what you said.
I'll let you just slice him up.
Ah! Die, 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 you scum, die!
Nice work, Joe. Thanks for finishing him up for me.
No problem. You feeling better?
Yeah, I feel much better. The sweet sensation of revenge is something amazing.
Let's just let the dialogue play.
Must obey directives. No freedom. Freedom on TV.
What would an AI know about freedom?
You can say he's talking about us in a way.
Just stop talking for the love of God. I don't know how we ended up having you here, but get ready.
Ready for what? To talk about your dad?
Oh boy, here we go.
Please, Barack, you're pathetic.
Rest in piss.
What's that sound? Ah!